Pick 'em pop, big gun Brian Petrie, giving out the lot. One is mortal, you know it won't miss. Going and take a shot. Dog lock, that's the underdog. Yeah, they in the hunt. Send them home, that's KO or submission. Yeah, somebody done. Slime ball, yeah, that's the parlay. We gon' make it known. Pick 'em pod from MMA takes. Yeah, let's get it going.
Whoa! What's up with the what's up? I know I'm going against the NBA playoffs. Someone tweeted at me. I apologize. I'm a sports guy, but I'm an NBA guy. You know, Cincinnati doesn't have a team, so who gives a fuck? What's up with the what's up, huh? We got a fight night here. Listen, my life has been pretty busy this week. I'm not going to give you a whole spiel. You came here for picks. You're going to get fucking picks. We got a Slimer. We got the Green Hammer. We got 3 locks. Let's fucking go. But my daughter's out of school, got out of school last week. We joined a swim club. You can probably see the beautiful tan I'm working on, right? So I've been spending a lot of time with her. Also, my mother, if you guys know, she had cancer, went through chemotherapy, got done with chemotherapy in January. She's also kind of hit a couple hiccups in her recovery, a little sick. I've had to take care of her, take her to doctors. It's been kind of a long week and a half or whatever. So I had to do this live. I usually pre-record it so I get my fancy edits up there and everything. But yeah, Mama Petrie, not her last name, it's Mama Mensch, but she got remarried. I had to step up and help her out a little bit. But other than that, just spending time with the kids and stuff, I had a week off. And I just needed to get back with the boys. I need to get back with the boys. The boys are back in town. You know what I mean? I had to come on. This fight night, I think, is just okay. Listen, 99.9% of you are here from the Anakin Florian. I gave 6 picks on the Anakin Florian. I know Jim Miller is now fighting Jesse Butler. Hardly know her. Classic joke. So he's not fighting Jared Gordon. That was an underdog play for me. Obviously, Jim Miller's probably going to be a favorite. We'll actually look into, I don't know Jesse Butler, UFC newcomer. We'll look into him right here live on pod. But bear with me. Sorry that I'm a little late in the week. It's Thursday. We threw up the live. I know sometimes the live doesn't show up in the feed, yada, 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 all that bullshit. But we're here. We got some picks. We're going against the NBA, but fuck it, right? Fuck it. I need, fuck it, we'll do it live. And I need to get some, picks out there after having a week off.
Hey, Nate the Train, baby.
If Nate the Train doesn't fire you up, I don't know what will. First fight of the night, Maxim Grisham, -135 versus Felipe Lins, +115. Felipe Lins, this dude came over from the PFL, was supposed to be the big guy. Trindaddy's in the house. He says, fuck the NBA. Yeah, fuck the NBA. I don't want to say it, Trend. I'm glad someone's got the balls to say it, but yeah, fuck the NBA. You know what I mean? Felipe Lins came over from the PFL, and this dude was supposed to be like the next guy, right? Debuts at heavyweight, drops out. He goes 0-2, one of those being knocked out by Tanner Bozier, who has pillow hands, and then he has since won 2 in a row. He's 2-0 at 205, but he fought Machine Praktikau, whose chin is sawdust. It's the softest substance in the world. Couldn't get him out of there. Got outstruck by Praktikau. Fucking said his name right? But, he gave up 4 takedowns. And then Ovince St. Preux laying at 1 strike. Worst. My dude's worst. And he got Maxim Grisham, this Russian fuck, right? I don't know if a lot of MMA historians know this, but when he first debuted in MMA, not the UFC, but MMA, this was the guy that's like, man, this might be like the next Fedor. Like, people love this guy. Never really seen it. Up and down the UFC. He's won 1, he's lost 1, he's won 1. Debuted against Tabor, lost. Antigulov won. Jacoby lost. Same thing. Fought a heavyweight, went to 205. And then that horrible William Knight performance last time out on William Knight's side, Maxime Grisham should have finished that fight. So if you look at the track record, loss, win, I should just be loading up on Felipe Lins. Luke Lopez here. What's up, babe? Let's go. I should be loading up on Felipe Lins. That's the track record, right? But low number on Grisham. I think he's a better fighter. I think Felipe Lins, when he's not on that sauce, when he's not on that salsa, I think, he could be I think he's a kind of a dud. He hasn't really fought many people. He's been in the UFC for a while. Only has 4 fights. Kind of weird. Been out for a while. Give me Maxim Grisham. I like him on the feet. I like him standing up, probably by decision. I don't see either of these guys finish each other, even though Felipe Lins does have a little bit of a chin issue. If Tanner Bozier can knock you out, I think he could probably get touched by pretty much anybody. That's my most humble opinion. But give me Maxim Grisham by decision. Let's fucking go. All right, next up, Luan Lucerda, minus 150 versus Damone Blackshear, plus 130. Now, this was the spoiler alert. This was the extra pick I gave on the Anakin Florian. We're allowed to go in the prelims or even the main card, a fight that we don't talk about. We're allowed to get after. I really like this Lucerda kid. I liked him coming into the UFC. Debuted against Cody Stamann on short notice. Took him to a decision, right? No shame in that. But this kid's slick on the ground. Stand up pretty good. Cardio pretty good on short notice against Cody Stamann, who's a very good grappler himself. Decent boxer, pretty high level guy to debut against. Lucerda, 30 years old. Not the youngest guy in the world, but he's kind of in that fucking groove, man. You know what I mean? He's good at striking. His takedowns are pretty good for being a jiu-jitsu guy. And his submissions, he's got submissions every which way. Heel hook, ankle lock, rear naked choke, arm bar, arm triangle off his back. He's got a lot. Damone Blackshear, good grappler in his own right. Came in the UFC with a little bit of this guy's pretty good on the regional scene, 12-5. He had fought a lot of people. You know what I mean? And the one thing that is tripping me up though is he's fought some pretty high level guys. He's lost to the highest level of guys, right? He did lose to Chris Motino, who is not the highest level of guy, but he did lose to him. He's fought a lot of people. Dana Savatello, Bellator's guy, Fury Basharat was his second UFC fight, lost by a decision, but he's never been submitted, right? Not even in his amateur career where he fought Tony Gravely. So this is going to be interesting because Damone likes to get the fight to the ground. He likes Mike Sloman in the building. Hey, we're here. He likes to get the fight to the ground. He's a grappler himself. But I think Lucerda's sick, man. I think he's tricky. I think he's going to make Damone work on the ground. I don't think if Damone gets to the ground with him, I think there's levels to this. And I think Damone has good wrestling, good positioning, and maybe that's going to be what separates him on the ground. But Lucerda's submissions are fucking nasty. And I got DraftKings pulled up right now. This is going to be my send them home, baby. Send them home. I got to get Johnny to say that for me. Because I used to be my old... John Anik opened the Anakin Florian years ago, and he said, send him home early, Jan. Send him home early, and I loved it. I grabbed it. I'm friends with John Anik now. Go fucking figure. And I need to get... But I can't ask the guy for a favor. He's already done so much for me. All right. Lucerda by submission, plus 240. I like that. Lucerda by KO, plus 900. Damone Blackshear is the guys, I don't think he's ever been finished. And he's fought some high-level guys, so plus 900, it's a little He showed some... pizzazz on the feet against Cody Stamann, but 900 you're reaching, plus 240. I think that's a good play. Plus 225 by decision for Lucerda, I think is nice as well. And then what are we going to double up here? You can double chance it. Everyone loves those double chances. Luan Lucerda by KO by submission or decision, minus 135. That could have been a green hammer right there. That could have been your green hammer right there. And we got my guy, Trindaddy, in the chat with the fucking live lines. Damone Blackshear, plus 130. Luan Lucerda, minus 150. Over 2.5, minus 190. Under 2.5, plus 155. The over-under scares me for some reason in this fight. I don't think I have a good read on it. But I like Lucerda by finish some way. You can double chance submission or a fucking decision. And you got minus 135. Low chalk number. We love low chalk numbers. Give me Lucerda. Kind of high in this guy.
Hello?
Nope. Sorry. Wrong cue. Little rusty. Slime ball candidate number 1. Slime ball candidate number fucking 1. On a thinner card, I got to find my spots. Now, do I want to run to the window and bet Luan Lucerda as a fucking dog? As like an anchor in my parlay? No. But I got to give you what the fucking card gives me. You know what I mean? Let's go. Jinh Frey, plus 110 versus Elise Reed, minus 130. So when Elise Reed debuted in the UFC, I liked her. Jinh Frey was a former champion elsewhere. She hasn't really looked all that good in the UFC. She's coming off 2 losses, 1 knockout loss. She's 38 years old. Seems like she's kind of finishing, her UFC deal, and then she's gonna go get. She's gonna go get. You know what I mean? Don't know if she wants to be here. Elise Reed, I feel like wants to be here. She fights a lot. Really hard to back her, really hard to bet her because ground game not really there. Her striking's unique. It's interesting. She's in and out. She can tag it, but she has no finishes really. She's been finished by strikes. Man. Hey, fight. What's up, good BP video? Thank you, man. Finally, I'm doing something right with the video resolution. My off week, I've been really trying to nail it in and talking to people. You know, the technical difficulties that I have, I don't know why I'm having them because I'm not fucking dumb. I need to figure it out. So instead of doing everything myself, I went and asked somebody. Anyway, I like Elise Reed here, minus 130. This was almost a slime ball candidate, but then I was like, whoa. It's a low-level women's MMA fight. Why would I want to put that in a parlay? I'm glad I stopped myself. Cody Marrow, who is the producer of the Stars on Anakin Florian, likes Elise Reed. He said that in the chat when we were doing. He doesn't really give out picks, but he's a sharp guy. He likes Elise Reed here. I'm rocking with that. Minus 130. Elise Reed is on the screen there from Trindaddy. Over 2.5, minus 255. I think it's probably going to go over minus 255, 3-1 on your money, whatever. Under 2.5 plus 205. Elise Reed could catch her, could knock her out. I could see that happening. She doesn't have many knockouts in her record, but again, I think fucking Jinyu Frey is just done. She's like, excuse me. I think she's just allergies get me. I think she's just done. Anyway, next up, Daniel Santos minus 215 versus Johnny Munoz Jr. plus 185. Rebooking. One of these guys had an issue with weight or a stomach bug or some shit like that. Doesn't matter. Broke this fight down. Not going to spend a lot of time on it. But my dude, CC, that play BZ Christian, who's usually on the podcast with me, absolutely loved Daniel Santos when this fight got announced. That guy's a sharp guy. When he's all in on someone, he's usually on the right end of it. Excuse me. And he was all in on Daniel Santos when we broke this fight down however many weeks ago. Don't even remember. Brains mush. Daniel Santos minus 215, Johnny Munoz plus 185, over 2.5, plus 135, under 2.5, minus 165. People think this fight's going to get finished. Daniel Santos is a wild guy. Good striker, good finisher. Knees up the middle are great. Striking's great. Jiu-jitsu's a little wild. Not the tightest jiu-jitsu in the world. Johnny Munoz does like to wrestle. I could see a submission happening here from Santos. Grabbing a neck, grabbing whatever. My kid's out there screaming. God knows what's going on. Give me Daniel Santos. Slime ball candidate number 2. This is my Christian Costello better be right pick of the week. Because if he's not right, I will fly to Denver, Colorado, and I will fucking braid his hair. No, I don't know. I'll fly to Denver, Colorado to hang out with my guy. But no, Daniel Santos is a pick. Minus 215. Johnny Munoz, you know, he's a good wrestler. He lands a lot of takedowns in fights. He does. If you look at the stats, he does land takedowns. But he doesn't do much with the takedowns. Gets his leg kicked off a lot. Santos is a wild dude. He's going to come at you. He's going to throw a lot of crazy stuff. I don't think Munoz is built like that. I don't think he's tough like that. Give me Daniel Santos. Minus 215 is a pretty good low number. Let's see what the weigh ends. I can't remember who pulled out last time or who did what or whatchamacallit, but give me Daniel Santos. All right, next up, we got Andre Arlovski, the Pitbull, plus 115 versus Don'Tale Mays. Timbo loves the way I say Don'Tale, because, you know, I have a little bit of Ohio Midwestern accent in Don'Tale Mays. Huh? And then we got Ty here. Ty says, talented talent, man, hard not to pick him. Very true. He is very, very talented. Don'Tale Mays, minus 135. This dude, so we got on the screen, Andre Arlovski. Thank you to Trindaddy again. Andre, plus 115 versus Don'Tale Mays, minus 135. Over 2.5, minus 195. I like the over. I see this fight going the way Andre Arlovski fights go. D1 Don'Tale has been trying to take everyone down. He looked like complete garbage against Augusto Sakai. Lost out there, right? Don'Tale comes from the same part of the world I come from. When I hung up my gloves, when my brain went, I hung up my gloves. I was still going to a lot of local events. I saw this guy's an amateur and people were terrified of him. He's a huge man, right? Knocking everyone out. Now he gets in the UFC and he's starting to wrestle. He's changed with John Jones and his striking, he looks so awkward. And it seems like he doesn't like striking. He doesn't like being hit. Andre Arlovski, though, this guy didn't get submitted for years. Josh Barnett gets him in 2016. It's a fluke. Tom Aspinall gets him a couple years ago, 2 years ago. Wow, that was pretty easy, right? And then fucking Rodrigo de Lima gets him last time out. That guy doesn't submit anybody. That's a rough one to come back from. But I think Andre Arlovski's the play here. Dog shot.
Hello?
Dog lock.
This is dog.
We're locking him up, babe. Little puppy dog, plus 115. I like the over at minus 195. And I don't mind if I do. Thor himself is jealous of this green fucking hammer, baby. Thor himself. Green hammer play. Let's go. I like this one. We were off last week. Green hammer won 2 weeks ago. Lost the off the books. I didn't do a recap. Lost off the books line ball parlay, but we hit the green hammer. Let me tell you what the green hammer is, okay? Because I like it. Trusty notebook here, okay? Green hammer. Andre Arlovski, by decision, so you're going to hit your over 2.5 there, plus 150 by decision. Don't know if he's going to knock him out. He doesn't finish many people anymore. And then Andre Arlovski to win by split or majority decision, plus 700. I could stop the podcast right there. Plus 700. The green hammer play, the official green hammer play. Andre Arlovski by decision, plus 150. Again, this is a multi-unit prop play. We're getting plus money on this. This is juicy. Now, if you want to whip out a little baby hammer, I don't know what that's like. I ain't got a baby hammer. You know what I mean, boys? If you whip out a baby hammer, you can do a little baby hammer on plus 700 because I do think this is going to be one of those fights that might be hard to judge. Andre's always in close fights. Does he win them? Does he lose them? Whatever. I like him by split or majority decision, plus 700. But the official green hammer play, Andre Arlovski by decision, plus 150, over 2.5, minus 195. Andre Arlovski, plus 115. Dog lock of the week.
Hello?
Hello?
Okay, this is dog.
Okay, that's a dog. All right. So we got that out of the way. Next up, John Castaneda, minus 125 versus... Let's try this one on for size, boys. Everyone loves my pronunciations. Some guy was chirping at me. It says it's Godinez, not Ganez. Get it right. Sorry. Moyen? Gafurov? Fuck. Right? I'm sorry on the audio end for coughing. I haven't really been coughing much all day, and all of a sudden I get here, crack a mic, I'm coughing. John Castaneda, minus 125 versus Moyen Gafurov. Gafurov, we're going to go odd. That's an odd. He's from the part of the world. Plus 105. I see some Twitters. Some Twitter cappers loving Moyen here. I'm going Castaneda. I like the under as well. Plus 115. I think Castaneda, Moyen's a striker, right? He struggles with grapplers. Castaneda is very good on the ground. He submitted Miles Johns. Miles Johns is a great grappler himself. I think if Castaneda comes in correct, comes in right, this dude can get this fight to the ground and win. However, Castaneda coming off a knockout loss or has been knocked out before. I don't know if that's his last fight. Daniel Santos got him. Low number, debut guy, good striker. Don't see anything incredible with Moyen Gafurov. Much love, BP. Plus money tickets only. Let's go, Deej Plus money tickets only. However, I am giving you a favorite here in Castaneda. Castaneda by submission, though. Let's chase that number, huh? Shall we? We're here. We're all fucking here. Let's chase that number, huh? Where you at, Castaneda? You handsome son of a bitch. Castaneda by submission plus 750. They like Castaneda by KO over submission. That's, whew. All right. 750 is a play for me. Add it to my card. Add it to the books. Just here from Skynet, just here for the pronunciations. You just missed a good one. Gafurov. I think I fucking nailed it that time. When he gets in here, I fucking clean it up. I know what I'm doing. People think it's a bit. It's not a bit. It's a little bit of a bit when I kind of sing-songy the Brazilian names on the Anakin Florian because John loves it. I love giving John a laugh. Kenny laughs too. So, I like it. But, I can't pronounce these fucking names. Like, this is real. Real. Castaneda, though, I like the under. Back to Trindade. Plus 115 on the under I like. Castaneda by submission plus 750. You can maybe even go some kind of Castaneda finish double chance situation. But I do see a lot of people, like 3 or 4 guys, or maybe not even just guys, 3 or 4 cappers on Gafurov. Plus 105 at plus money. So, listen, you can listen to me, right? That's fine. You don't have to tail everything I do. That might be a nice little dog grab there. Nice little puppy dog grab. All right, next up you got Zaleki Dos Santos versus Abubakar Nurmagomedov, minus 105 for Dos Santos and minus 115 for Abubakar. So this is the toughest fight for me to pick because Abubakar, I just feel like he doesn't want to be there. I don't feel like he wants to be a fighter, but since he's related to Khabib, this is what he does. I think he's very average. He's a good grappler. His takedown defense, his takedowns are pretty good. Not the best I've ever seen. His stand-up defense is okay. He kind of rushes takedowns if you're pressing him. Dos Santos will fucking wheel kick your goddamn head off. You know what I mean? So, again, Abubakar minus 115. Dos Santos won over 2.5 minus 210. Under 2.5 plus 170. If you're going to play the under, here's my little tip. I'm going Abubakar. I'm tired of betting against Russians and losing. I think he can take Dos Santos down. If you look at Dos Santos' record, hasn't fought a ton of these pure grapplers. Definitely hasn't fought a guy from Dagestan like this. As much as I think Abubakar is just checked out and is fighting because he wants to be friends, like close with Khabib, because I feel like if he gives up fighting, he's just his cousin, right? He's not going to the events. He's not cornering Khabib, hopping in the cage, punching Conor. He was one of those guys that did that. I think Abubakar can grapple him. I like the over 2.5, minus 210, Abubakar to win by decision. That's the official play. Lock that in. But Dos Santos, again, can wheel kick his fucking head off his shoulders, right? Head off his shoulders. So if you like that, go Dos Santos. Forget the money line. Go Dos Santos, knockout. Dos Santos under 2.5. Same game parlay it on DraftKings. Find another spot, whatever. That's a real possibility because Abubakar is a little bit of a liability on the feet. He rushes takedowns. He's not as calm on the feet like Khabib was. He rushes like Islam. I know this is an Alexander Volkanov feed we're talking about here, but when Islam got pressured in the stand-up, he flopped. He didn't know what to do, right? It looked like he got dropped multiple times. He just dove. I want to create a grappling exchange. Abubakar's at that stage of his career, and it's way worse. He can't mix anything together. We got Derek Green in the house. ABM, always bet Magomedov. That's a good lesson to live by. Victor Day to Jesus. Yo, what's good, BP? What's up, Victor, babe? What's up, Bob? Give me Abubakar. I don't love it. I'm not going to run to my window to bet it. Dos Santos by knockout is very interesting to me. Abubakar by decision is very interesting to me. But again, not going to run to the window to bet it. All right, next up, Jamie Malarkey. I love the original fight. Malarkey versus who was it? God damn it, Brian. Your brain is just shit in the bed nowadays, boys. Someone in the chat help me up, because if I go to Tapology, they'll just crash my computer. Who was Jamie Malarkey originally supposed to fight? Chat, hook me up. You're the best. Because he was a crazy big number. Jamie Malarkey was underdog-wise. And I really like that underdog spot. That was going to be my play on the Anakin Florian. Guram Kutsalade. This fucking guy who's like Hanzat's right-hand man. The guy can't get a fight. I know apparently it was a visa issue. He didn't pull out because of injury, but yeah, the Skynet and Trinidad got it. Kutsalade. Jim Malarkey minus 460. And this fucking guy's name is going to be great to pronounce. Muhammadjan Naimov. Muhammadjan Naimov. I think I fucking got that pretty good. Plus 370. No, Muhammad, this dude showed up and fought in the Contender Series, right? This dude showed up, fought in the Contender Series. Is this fight still happening? Where is it out on my... They mixed everything around. Oh, there it is. Okay. Lower in the card. This dude fought Colin Angle in the Contender Series, right? Landed 52 strikes, got taken down 3 times, lost a decision. Colin Anglin, if memory serves, did not win a fight in the UFC, has not won a fight, has been knocked out both times. Sean Woodson got him, and Melsik Baghdasaryan got him. So Colin Anglin is, not a high-level guy here. You know what I mean? Jamie Malarkey, though, is just a fucking grinder. His nickname for me is Cement Head, right? This dude, you think you kill him, and he just comes back. I mean, look at the Michael Johnson fight. He got dropped bad in that fight. Somehow came back. You look at the fight with Brad Riddell, he's fucking a corpse, just walking out there, getting smacked around, somehow made the final bell. Arlovski slept him back in the day before the UFC, and then they start training together. Malarkey's a dog, right? Minus 460 is high. That is high stuff. But you got to play Malarkey here. I think Naimov is not he's hairy, right? He's got the body hair. He wants to be in the UFC. I think this is a good way for guys to get in the UFC. He's like, listen, I lost to Colin England on the Contenders. They're not going to sign me because Colin England has been knocked out twice in the UFC, but kind of low-level guys. How do I get a call up to the UFC, right? I have an OV at the end of my name. They sign us fucking all the time. Mike Sloman, excuse me, my train of thought, the chat got me. Malarkey was gonna get smoked by Grisham. See, I had Malarkey in that fight. I think Grisham is severely underrated or overrated, excuse me. Anyway, back to this fight. Jamie Malarkey, minus 460, not much you can do with it. Jamie Malarkey, he's got good wrestling, he's got good power. He puts it all together well, but I don't see him as like a potent finisher. No props are readily available. This could have been my send him home, but I don't want to do that. That's a cheap way. Minus 460. Malarkey's going to go out there, get a guy who's not very good, who doesn't, hasn't fought the who's who. And, so I don't want to do that. But give me Jamie Malarkey. We missed out on a good fight. Grisham Caceres. Fuck you, Brian. Can't pronounce anything. Kareem, next up. Let's fucking move on. Kareem Silva, minus 225 versus Ketlin Souza. Karini, and that's how you pronounce her name too. Karini, not Corinne. Karini, bitches. She debuted in the UFC. She debuted in the UFC. Was on the Contender Series. Debuted in the UFC. What was that? June 4th. Oh, a year ago? What? Oh, that's right. She had a fight canceled out. Okay, I was like, wow. I thought I saw this girl. Anyway, she won by submission, Darce choke. I can't talk. Over Montello, and then on the Contender Series, she's won by guillotine choke as well. A lot of her record is her submitting girls. She's kind of a badass in there. 215 is what we got right now. I'm sure Trent updated the lines. Yep, minus 215 versus Ketlin Souza, plus 185. Over 2.5, minus 110. Under 2.5, minus 120. I like the under. Here because I think Karini Silva is going to get a submission. I think she's slick. I think she's in shape. She got her fight pushed a couple weeks here. Karini Silva by submission, plus 165. Add it to my card. I'm writing it down right here. Sub, so we can bet that. Karini Silva is the pick, baby. This could be a good, because your boy knows chicks. I know chicks, man, right? This could have been a good parlay piece. I passed on it for my final parlay piece, which we'll get to in a little bit. But I do think she's very good. Ketlin Souza, good record. Looked some tape up on her. Didn't blow me away. I don't think she's super high level. She could give Karini Silva problems. Karini doesn't have the most high. I mean, she has 2 wins technically in the UFC with Contender Series, but she's not like the most high level. Her record isn't the most high level. So she could get exposed with being a submission artist here. We'll see. I like her over Souza. Minus 215 numbers come down on a little bit. People like Souza. Give me that. I love sweating out the women overs. Yeah, the women overs, man. I'm going under. I'll sweat that a little bit. I think Silva's going to get a submission, and I'm playing her by submission. All right, next up, Tim Elliott, minus 180 versus Victor Altamirano, plus 155. Man. So if you're not as tuned in, sorry, I hit the mute button when I coughed there. If you're not as tuned into MMA drama, which most of you are, if you're watching this show or listening to this show, you're a fucking hardcore, okay? Let's just put it that way. Tim Elliott's wife, Jeannie Mazzani, fought in UFC, fights in bare knuckle, cheated on Tim Elliott. They've been together for many years, got married on the wedding night, cheated on him with his best man, or the guy who officiated the wedding, who's also a former UFC fighter, Kevin Croom. And apparently the relationship was going on. Now Kevin Croom and Gina are together on the fucking wedding night. Tim didn't drink, took his kid home, finds out a couple weeks later that she fucked Kevin Croom on her wedding night. With the social media about it, showed all the socials about it. Tim Elliott, I thought, I know a lot of people are like, oh, you should keep that private, whatever. Listen, we live in a day and age now where sometimes you got to vent. Maybe he doesn't have anybody to vent to. And he took to his fans. He said, listen, this is what I'm fucking dealing with. That's crazy shit. That is some white trash shit. You know what I mean? Who would have ever picked? You leave your wedding, I gotta take my daughter home. She's tired, whatever. You're not going home thinking your chick's fucking cheating on you. There's no way, right? I'm not an overly jealous guy. There was a relationship in my life at the tail end of high school, going into my early 20s, where I was a jealous guy. I thought I was, because she cheated on me, and when she was with me, she had other guys that she, it was like one of those weird situations where she kind of had her hooks in me. It was whatever. But I would have never thought she would have done that. And I don't think very highly of her. That's crazy. Now, how is he going to take this into the fight, right? Tim Elliott seems like a very emotional guy. I believe he had some alcohol issues early in his career. His record's kind of all over the place. What is his official record? I mean, that's 18-12-1. I mean, this is the guy that won the Ultimate Fighter, fought Demetrius Johnson, took him to 5 rounds. This dude is good when he wants to be or can be, right? Losing your head coach, losing your wife, losing your best friend, where's his headspace at? Altamirano, this is a guy who I don't think super highly of. I think he's a scrapper, not great everywhere, can wrestle, can strike, is tough, has that Mexican heart, and is durable, right? Plus 155 is interesting. I'm going to go Victor Altamirano here. I want Tim Elliott to win so bad, and I want him to get on that microphone and say, Kevin Kroom, name names. You can name your chick or whatever. Whatever, but go Kevin Kroom. I know Kevin's bigger than him. You're a scumbag, and I'm going to take this win bonus and Tim could do it himself, but hire a bunch of dudes and just fuck you up. Right there on national TV, fans will skyrocket. I want Tim Elliott to win, but I'm a capper at heart. I'm doing this show, and I got to go Victor Altamirano here by decision. I don't think he can get Tim out of there, but where's Tim's at? Where's his training at? All I can hope for is that, because I'm not going to go big on this, right? All I can hope for is Tim took all his energy on all that nasty shit going on in his life and put it right into his fighting. That's all I can hope for. Let's see what the chat says. Mike Sloman, if Tim's head is in this fight, he wins. If not, he gets caught in sub round 2. Round 2 sub, Mike Sloman calling it. No casuals in here, Kairos. No casuals in here. That sounds like a good shirt idea. Dare anybody to drink water at Glory MMA? Double dog dare. Yeah. I mean, Trinidad, you got some bottle I can get. Yeah. If I drink Laura Sanko's water at Glory, yeah. Well, Laura Sanko, you drink Laura's bathwater at home. Laura Sanko's a hottie. I mean, Laura Sanko is a hottie. Glory MMA, man. How quickly did that fall apart, right? Pretty crazy. James Krause, I think, is, he did some scumbag moves in the betting world, which I obviously don't approve of. And, I thought he was a pretty good coach. I actually really didn't like him in the beginning as a coach. I thought he's a little too yappy in the corner. Hang on. Oh, I sneezed. These allergies, man. Fuck you, allergies. Fuck you, pollen. Anyway, Glory MMA went, but Laura Sanko, she can let her run the fucking gym. I know she wants to be on broadcast and she's very good, should be on broadcast, but let her run that gym, right? She does those submission videos every week, like Technique of the Week. People listen to her, right? She's a fucking hottie. Dermay has shown what a voice can do for motivation. Good point, Kid Kairos. A lot of people were off during last week or 2 weeks ago because of the divorce issue, but Mackenzie Dern looked career best. All right, next up, Jim Miller versus Jesse Butler. Let's find out who Jesse Butler is, huh? Butler, as a joke there, hardly know. I already said it. Can't say it again. All right, so Tapology's slacking. They do not have Jesse Butler up on their thing. So let's search for him because I do not know who he is. Featherweight coming up to 155. He is out of Louisiana, West Monroe, Louisiana. So good old L.A., Louisiana, boy. Down here on the bayou eating crawfish. Horrible Louisiana accent, but I had to do it. He is on a 5-fight win streak. But those guys are 9-5, 24-28, 10-2. Mark Barnett, 14-8. I mean, Fury FC is a good promotion. He's coming off a win back in February over Luis Luna, 17-9 decision, knockout, rear naked choke. So he's got some wins kind of everywhere. Who's his losses? Levi Movies. This guy's fucking beating everyone. If you ever look at this, Levi Molds, 16-4. Who's he got on his record? this guy's going to get signed to the UFC soon, right? Has he already been in the UFC? No, LFA. So Rafion Stotts lost. He fought a guy named Charles Cheeks III. Chuck Cheeks III? What does this guy look like? Oh, that guy fucks. That guy fucks. Miles John David. So this guy's just fought everyone. Maybe he doesn't have many wins over, but he's fought fucking everyone. But he beat fucking Jesse Butler. Brandon Shavers, KO, back in the day at 2016. Been a pro since 2015. Just kind of looking at his record here. I've not seen tape on this guy. Triangle, guillotine, armbar, like submissions. Only has one knock on his record over Maso Fullen. Long hair, Mexican guy who gets knocked out, but pretty much everybody. So we're looking at a submission guy, guy that can grapple. Looks pretty fit, right? Looks pretty well built. Chat, if you have anything, Butler stinks. Kron Gracie guy, Skynet got him. No defense, bad striking, only had chokes. Rooting for Elliott here. I think yeah. We're back to that. Jim Miller has 3 wins. We're all in the second round finishes. Give me Jim Miller by fucking. That's what I was going to bring up. Jim Miller has this crazy way of finishing the fight in the second round. That's a great bet by Derek Green there. Follow Derek Green. Last 3 wins were all second round finishes. Give me Jim Miller by a fucking second round finish. Add it to the card. Add me Jim Miller. I like Jim Miller over Jared Gordon. I thought Jared Gordon was coming back a little too soon over the knockout. I also think Jim Miller is kind of a dog in there, and I think Jared Gordon didn't have enough firepower. I don't think Jared Gordon could out-grapple him. Jim's good off his back. Cardio could be a goal question. Jesse Butler, as Skynet said, stinks. Kron Gracie guy, good jiu-jitsu. Jim can avoid all that. Pick him up hard on the feet. Jim Miller, 40. Is he 40 yet? 42nd UFC fight, which is crazy. He's going to make the UFC 300. Is a tricky southpaw. Is a tricky. Can't land that left hand. So give me Jim Miller, baby. Tight. Can't believe Jared Gordon even accepted it. Yeah, it's a weird thing. He accepted that so quick. That dude was out. Kid Kyra said his Fury fights are available on Fight Pass. Scrappy fights at the bad spots. Well, not sure. Work against UFC level guys. Yeah, I didn't have enough time. It literally, I prepped everything I get on, and Marcel Dorf tweeted out that Gordon was out and Jesse Butler's in. I will have to go look at that. Kieran, finally, bro, you show up to a live. You go get a chick. You're living your dream life, cuddle bugging with your chick, and you never show up to the lives anymore. Welcome aboard, babe. I'm glad you're here, Kieran. Jim Miller, hard to sub. Jim Miller is very hard to sub. Ask Charles Oliveira. Jim Miller, round 2 KO sounds lovely. Couldn't get KO. Jim turns 40 August 30th. Nice. I'm an August birthday as well. I like Jim Miller. All right, come in a minute. Alex Caceres, -180 versus Daniel Pineda, +155. Boys, if you listen to the Anik and Florian podcast, I got baited a little bit going to 5 uni on Alex Caceres. That is my pick. He's a slime ball candidate as well. I've never supported Bruce Leroy, Alex Caceres, that much. I think he's good. I don't think he's great. There was just something about him I never really backed up. But Daniel Pineda is a guy that he could turn it on when he wants to, but then sometimes he just absolutely drops an egg and stinks, right? Alex Caceres over 1.5 -180, under 1.5 +145. Interesting. Pineda is tough. He's durable. He's a vet. He's been in there with everyone, right? He's taken every steroid allegedly in the book. Like, the guy's been around, right? Coming off a lot of injury. Quick turn for him, which is very rare. Beat up Tucker Futz, that bum, beat him up. And now he's getting a quick turner. Caceres, who's coming off a knockout over Julian DeRosa. But listen, Julian DeRosa gets knocked out by a lot of people. But Caceres seems flowy. He seems like he's like, okay, I'm 34 now. I've been in the UFC since fucking the top 12, right? They like me here. I'm not going to be a champion, presumably. Let's have some fun. So he's letting it go more. And Caceres is actually very durable on the feet. On the ground, obviously, a guy like Kron Gracie can expose him. I think he's pretty good on the ground, right? And Pineda, I think, is just heavy on top. Can be heavy on top, I should say. But I like Caceres here. This is my mortal lock.
Mortal lock demon's coming out, baby. And it's Alex Caceres.
Bruce Leroy is the pick. I know a lot of people are going to look at the Pineda number and go, because Bruce Leroy is a little inconsistent too, right? I'm not going to sit here and say he's the most consistent fighter. I really can't believe I'm sitting here in 2023 saying Bruce Leroy, Alex Caceres is my mortal lock. But here I am. I gotta play what the card gives me, right? I mean, this is the card. This is the co-main event. Gotta do it. I think Caceres is gonna maybe have a rough first round. I think if he lands some good kicks to keep Pineda away, I think second and third is gonna be a better round for him. Caceres does have some pretty good cardio. Pineda looked good last time, finished Tucker Lutz in round 3, but his cardio has fallen off the cliff before. So give me Caceres minus 180. Which was a little lower, have a 5-unit play, not in real life, fake money in the Yannick Florian, trying to come back and beat Kenny. But give me Caceres. I will bet this in real life. He is part of the parlay. So let's go. Derek Green, who's giving out some good picks tonight, kind of like the over 1.5, fight not to go the distance. Interesting bet there. Caceres sub by Kieran. Remember, he takes podcast number 1, Idiot. Caceres by sub. Big Gun, my brother. Love the show. Keep it the Grayberg. Thank you, Nick Sisson. Appreciate it, brother. Thanks for stopping by, watching the show. All right, Caceres it is. Main event time. Kai France, minus 110. Amir Albazi, minus 110. Great main event. I love this main event. Everyone loves flyweight unders. This under in DraftKings is set at 3.5. Most main events are 4.5, or if it's a couple bangers, you're going to get 1.5, 2.5. Oh, Fight Talk only wants I know chicks. So this is from Workaholics, one of my all-time favorite shows. And there was a fight earlier, Fight Talk only, where I broke it down pretty good because I know chicks, man. I know chicks, bro. Got to give the people what they want. All right, here, Trindaddy, Kai France, minus 110, and Mirabazi, minus 110. Over 3.5, which is a weird line set for me. It's usually 1.5, 2.5, 4.5, 3.5 is weird. I think Vegas doesn't know how this fight's going to go. That's why they set 3.5, cover all bases. Over minus 150, under 3.5. So I think Albazi can win. I think both these guys can win this in a lot of different ways, right? Amir's kind of the new guy in the scene. He has one loss against Jose Torres, Shorty Torres, who I thought got cut from the UFC way too quick. I think that's a UFC caliber guy. Amir lost a decision to him. Albazi, his striking is not clean, is powerful. He's working on it. His ground game's elite. Kai's striking's elite. His takedown defense has been proven to be really good. His submission defense, he hasn't been caught before, but most of the time he's got caught, it's a guy hitting him, dropping him, getting him down, quick scramble, grabbing the neck, whatever. That can happen to anybody, right? You know what I mean? This is high level MMA. So I had a dream. I said this on the... in the Darth Vader boys. Okay, sorry. I got to give the people what they want.
I know chicks, bro.
There you go. Got it. The Russian guy beat retired. Kai is just too good for Albazi. I got Kai by KO by tie. And the Russian guy beat is retired. Oscar Asarov was he 29 watching, but only 8 likes. Come on, hit that like button. Yeah, 29 watchers. I got the Darth Vader voice in. Yeah, we're going against the NBA Live. This kind of happened last minute. We usually top out about 64 watchers. I love every single one of you. I don't care if there was 2 people watching. I love you. Anyway, I had a dream about this fight. Amir Albazi catching Kai with some powerful shot, putting him down, grabbing a neck, grabbing something, submitting Kai. That's how I see this fight going. Kai was doing good against Moreno, body kicks, put him down, whatever. But I feel like Kai in 5 rounds needs to be almost perfect because I do feel like there's some mental lapse happening. He's got some ugly losses for being a high-level guy, in my opinion, right? So I like Kai, and this is going to I like Amir. Amir's my pick, Amir's my pick. I like Amir by submission as well, which I'll chase that line real quick. Amir by submission. Club and sub, baby. I see him dropping. This is the dream I had. Dropping Kai, jumping on something. Amir by submission plus 275. I like that. That's added to my card. I like that a lot. Amir's jumping up big here. This is a big step up because Kai's been in there, regardless, win, losses, whatever. He's fucking been in there with fucking everybody, right? Amir hasn't. You know what I mean? Here we go. Sorry. Order some merch. MMA Takes podcast.com, baby. That's how you get some merch. Kieran, a prophecy for the almighty big gun. This is a prophecy. I dream it. I dreamt it. Here's how it's going to go. Amir's going to do what I think he's going to do. Club and sub. Or Kai's going to fucking embarrass him. Kai's going to show, hey, bro, levels to this. Because Kai's striking is very good. I don't know if it's good for 5 rounds. Amir's already saying, if I win this, I want a title shot in Abu Dhabi. This is getting ahead of himself a little bit. But Kai, like Kieran just said in the chat, baby, knows how to lose. He does find ways to lose. And this is a big... Yeah, that's true. There's a picture of Joe Burrow dapping up Kai. Yeah. Joe Burrow in the Columbus card, this is one of my favorite stories, met Kai Car-France. Hey, we'll get you to a game. When we were in Columbus and Kai beat Gafurov, Kai was like the mayor of fucking Columbus. He got a huge pop. The only bigger pop was Matt Brown. They loved him in Columbus, right? It was a good fight. You know, Kai's cool. Meets Burrow backstage. Burrow's like, hey, man, we'll get you to a game. And Kai's like, yeah, of course, yeah. Walks away. Kai's like, who was that? Didn't even know who Joey B was. Woo! I love that shit. Anyway, Kai's going to embarrass him, so levels, or Amir's going to finish him. I'm going Amir by a finish because I ain't no bitch, man. Right? I'm going against everything I say. Better resume, better time. I'm going Amir. I'm going Amir here. That's it. All right, so those are all my picks. 3 lock recap. Mortal lock, Alex Caceres. Dog lock, Andre Arlovski. Send him home, Luan Lucerda. Green hammer play, Andre Arlovski to win by decision, plus 150. Andre Arlovski to win by majority split decision. Baby green hammer play, plus 700. And then the slime ball parlay. You got Alex Caceres, Bruce Leroy, Daniel Santos, and Lucerda, right? Plus 279. I'm sorry I don't have a graphic to put on screen. Kind of rushed through this. Here we go. Alex Caceres, Bruce Leroy, Daniel Santos, minus 215. Another part of the parlay. And Luan Lucerda, that is plus 279 for the slime ball parlay this week. Smells like money, boys. Smells like money. Big gun don't play it safe. That's right, Kieran. Your boy don't play it safe. Never worn a condom in my life. I don't play it safe. Did you watch the Chris Curtis? I have not seen the podcast yet. I've seen clips. I need to watch that for sure. Because they're so different. Action Man has been on the pod twice. I have a video interview him on the podcast. And then way back in the wind, like episode 5 or 6 or maybe 8, audio only. I went to his apartment and we did it all before the UFC. Go check those out. He's an interesting guy. He is in the Chris Curtis Sean Strickland podcast is something that I do want to watch because Chris is very smart and kind of dorky, and Sean is such a meathead. Politically, they don't align, and just human beings, they don't align. So I would love to watch that. All right, listen, boys, that's the show. Hit that fucking subscribe button. MMATakesPodcast.com for some merch. Got some shirts up there. When my life starts slowing down, my mom starts getting back on the right feet, I'm going to, try to pump out some more merch. We're trying better on the video side and everything like that. But listen, every single person that listens, watches, subscribes, follows, interacts, I fucking love you. You guys are the best. My family is very small. My friendship circle is very small. All you guys are now a huge part of my life, and I fucking love that. Bottom of my heart. Let's go. Let's have a weekend, boys. I'll see you.